Do COVID-19 vaccines contain an HIV protein that is causing vaccine AIDS, resulting in an increase in people showing up HIV positive? No, that's not true. There is no evidence to suggest COVID mRNA vaccines currently available in the U.S. contain an HIV protein. Neither of the ingredient lists for the Pfizer-BioNTech Comirnaty or the Moderna Spikevax COVID vaccines contain an HIV protein, nor has any association been established between COVID vaccines and HIV infection or AIDS diagnosis. The claim originated on Instagram on December 22, 2022. A video of an interview between True News host Rick Wiles and Colorado-based attorney Todd Callender. A text overlay that read, "They gave y'all HIV," was included along with the video commentary by Callender. He said, quote, "Yes, that's what I am telling you. That is the database that we're operating on. And if you look at the way that the charts go, and don't forget I'm in the morbidity business, we underwrite accident, sickness, health and disability insurance. If you look at the forecast, that should be in the neighborhood of 5,000% increase this year. Yeah, this is genocide. You said it in the very beginning. Look, one easy way to look at this, it's really simple. If you look at all of the documentation, Pfizer's documentation, we did mass spectrometry on their vials, we know what's in these things. In fact, they even admit that they added an HIV protein into the shots for the purpose of disabling people's autoimmune. Right? They couldn't slip these nanoparticles, which are in fact little bombers that carry pathogenic proteins to effectually gene modification in the individual, gene therapy. End quote. Here is a screenshot of the post at the time of writing. Source: Instagram screenshot taken Friday, December 30, 23:54. 01/2022 UTC. The 20-second clip in the Instagram post can be seen at the 9:51 mark of the hour-long True News interview, which aired on February 18, 2022. Callender does not specify which vaccine he was referring to, nor did he state the name of the HIV protein mentioned. Rather, he suggested without evidence that COVID vaccines contain an unspecified HIV protein that is causing vaccine AIDS for the purpose of disabling people's autoimmune. This, Callender said, is resulting in an increase in people showing up HIV positive, and those with 3 shots have no immune system left over whatsoever. He said at the 10:48 mark, quote, "As they call it, in order to get those lipid nanoparticles past your cellular defense, your body's defense, they had to disarm your immune system. And they did that. It's in all the scientific papers. What they didn't do is undo that. So effectively, when you talk to our expert witness, you call it autoimmune deficiency syndrome. That's basically vaccine AIDS. And right now, they're coming to understand this. People are showing up HIV positive. People with 3 shots have no immune system left over whatsoever. There is no other way to characterize this other than intentional homicide. The unlawful take of a human life, except that it's in large numbers, which makes it a genocide." End quote. Lead Stories contacted the law office of Callender by email requesting proof of the claims made. We have not received a response as of this writing. COVID mRNA vaccine ingredient lists do not list HIV proteins. Lead Stories looked through the ingredient lists of both the Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines and found that neither listed any of the known HIV proteins. Here's the Moderna vaccine ingredient list as of December 30, 2022. Here's the Pfizer-BioNTech ingredient list as of December 30, 2022. Lead Stories attempted to contact the Food and Drug Administration, Pfizer and Moderna by email but did not receive a response as of this writing. We will update the article accordingly. The genomic makeup of HIV, or human immunodeficiency virus, is described by the National Institutes of Health, NIH, as a complex retrovirus. According to the U.S. Data Center for the Global Protein Data Bank, RCBS, HIV is made up of 2 strands of RNA, or ribonucleic acid, which is a compound present in all living cells that acts as a messenger to carry instructions from DNA or RNA to proteins. HIV also contain 15 types of viral proteins, as well as some proteins from the last host cell that HIV infected, which are surrounded by a lipid bilayer membrane. None of those proteins, which can be viewed here, are listed in either the Pfizer or Moderna COVID vaccine ingredient lists above. Understanding the difference between HIV and AIDS. HIV is a virus that attacks the body's immune cells, hindering its ability to fight infections and making a person more vulnerable to diseases.